Hi, how are y'all doing today? My name is Charlie. I am a 46-year-old non-binary sci-fi fantasy writer, and boy, if I don't feel every one of those years today. But I'm doing pretty good. The weather decided to change. The cold air has moved in. It's beautifully gloomy outside, and it has been all day. Like, I haven't seen the sun all day. Happy birthday to me. Uh, the good news is, I'm not here alone. I am joined by the wonderful, the amazing Kat Leo, the phenomenal, not at her desk right now because, oh my goodness, I want pizza too, Carrie H. Arthur. The why do I keep wanting to give her last name to people? And I had to stutter because I almost called Carrie McCarthy, even though she's not Megan McCarthy. Why do I want everyone to have your last
It's a
name?
good last name. Like, more people should have it.
It is a good name. Just keep trying to do it. And last but certainly not least, the mistress of horror, the one who created Emotions TM and caused us to live in the state that we are in because cosmic horror is all that we have left. Laura Nettles.
Hi.
It is my headcanon and I'm sticking to it. It has been an interesting day. It has really been an interesting day. Had some good conversations with people. I have talked to more people today than I knew remembered me, which is interesting. I don't know what about this year like woke people up to be like, hey, I should like text Charlie a happy birthday. Not like just like the people that tag you on Facebook, but you never load it because fuck Facebook. But like who actually decided, oh wait, I have their number. I should text. It's been interesting and kind of reconnectory. But I just I don't know. I feel weird. Birthdays are weird to me. So real quick, hello Bonnie, and thank you. Hello Heather, and thank you. Hello Cool Gamer, and thank you. Hello Paget, and thank you. Uh, yeah, I'm amazed. I am on the earth. I am seriously amazed that I'm on the earth. And a lot of that has to do with like if you know my backstory, I've told like various chapters of my backstory. Like there are axe murderers. There's the 3 times that I was abducted, and the one time that I was seriously held at gunpoint and shot at. There was the yeah, like there's so many things in the backstory that every year when it's my birthday, it's like, huh, somehow I survived my youth.
Survival is good.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Why not? It's just
I've heard it's beneficial for your health.
oddly so. But like honestly, it's like there's some people that like look back at their life and they're like, I wish I had lived a more interesting life. I'm like, couldn't have mine have been a little bit more boring? Like just a little bit. Like one time not having to run through the woods from a guy with an axe who just wanted to like take me out. Like, yeah, it's been an interesting life. We're not even going to get into the various New York trips. But yeah, there's so many ways that I really should not be here. Like the time that literally we were driving back from Maryland and a tornado decided to go across the highway and hit the cars behind us. Like we couldn't see it because there was a big hill in the way, and it just decided to go up over the hill and eat the cars behind us.
Damn.
Like I don't know how I'm here. But somehow it works. Oh yeah, no, it's not just one time because so there was the drag queen in New York that Ron got really mad at us. There was that time that Matt got mad at me and decided to like try to cut my hair with his revolver. There was the time that yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop. Like it's not just one time. Like
Your life needs to chill out.
when I say my backstory is way too interesting, it's way too interesting. Like it really needed to be a little bit more, toned down. It's very extra in all the ways that word can be used. And yes, hello to everybody. Yes. Thank you, CJ. Y'all are awesome. And honestly, y'all are the reason I keep doing this stuff because y'all inspire me so much. You have no idea. Thank you. Hello, Nia. How are you doing today? Thank you. And thank you, Jenna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it has been a crazy, like I said, it's been a crazy day because like one of my friends like decided to do that. Can you believe we're still here? Happy birthday post. Like that's why I'm thinking of like all of the previous mortality incidents that almost occurred because yeah. Like that's one of the things I woke up to this morning was a text message like, "Hi, we're getting older. How did that happen? Remember when we fill in the blank?" And I'm like, yeah, I remember. How? Like, luckily the lightning didn't actually hit us that one time, but like it was really close. Like my hair stood up. Hello, CB, and thank you. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, my backstory is filled with and somehow like I am the Mary Sue of my own life. That's all I can say. I am definitely the Mary Sue of my own life. Somehow somebody's just like, and they're going to survive this now. Like, and it goes all the way back. Like when I was 2 years old, we were at the Memphis Zoo, and my intestines decided to just like fall out of my body. Like my muscles decided to all give way, and had to be rushed to the hospital. I was 2. Like, yeah, that happened. About 6 months after that, I fell and cracked my skull open. So when you're sitting back going, life is really hard right now, just remember there are chances that you might make it to the other side. Because I don't know how. It was nothing on my part. Like I had nothing to do with my own survival. And if anything, I did things that should have aided in it not happening. But somehow, the universe had its plans and I am still here. Oh, I am so excited. I want to see this movie. I'm not going to Cape Girardeau to see this movie. I cannot think of a movie that is worth driving an hour and a half one way to go see. But I can't wait to see it. Hopefully it will be on Disney Plus in the not too distant future. Thank you, Jules. So for lighting, maybe the worst is out of the way. Yeah, there's a joke in my family that if you can live to 29, then the Reaper will really have a hard time finding you.
Oh.
Because when you look at like the people in my family, we all die under the age of 29, or we live to be 100. Like there are very like we actively were searching, trying to find people that like perished in the in between. And the youngest person that we found that bucked the trend was 86. And that's not really bucking the trend.
No.
So it's like not a guarantee that I'm going to be here for like forever till I'm just like, I'm basically dust, just let me go. Which is usually like the state of my family. Like we're like old, like visiting the older people in my family is like seeing an old vampire in a TV show. Like I am pretty much dust. I've seen it all. I've done everything. Why can't I just go? Why am I still here? Like it's like, yeah. No, it's not a guarantee, but yeah, the universe tries very, very, very hard to destroy us, and somehow we tend to make it through. So I am super impressed. I never thought I would live past 25. And again, if you know my backstory, it makes so much sense. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I always thought you would live till 100 until 107. You're not sure, but why that number though? Like you never know. My great grandfather was 106 and a half, because once you get over 100, you get to start counting half years again. Like it automatically goes back to middle school counting because you've hit a century mark, so you get to do that whole I'm 100 and a quarter. Like you just start doing it again because wow, you're a centenarian now. He lived to be 106 and a half, and was like in perfect health up until the very end. About a year before he passed, he had a stroke, and lost mobility and some of his speech skills. But up until that point, like, and this was a man who broke all the rules. Like, he ate half a dozen eggs every morning with like an entire like sheet of bacon and a whole bunch of sausage, and then made biscuits to sop up all the grease.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Oh,
he lived to be 106 and a half. So I don't know.
He's Gaston.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh, Poppy. Okay, so this might help you understand, Poppy. We live in the land of snakes. Like, our national like everything is poisonous snakes. Like, we have, I think, 17 kinds of poisonous snakes around where I live, and everything that's not poisonous is probably also a snake. Then there's, you know, deer, bear, wolves, a couple other animals, but mostly it's snakes. And I will never forget when I was a kid, we were out walking around and we're just having a talk, and he's talking about like his childhood and stuff. And just without missing a mark, he just reaches down into a bush, pulls out a copperhead by its tail, cracks it like a whip. Its head flew off in the opposite direction, deep out into the woods, throws the body in the other way, and just kept walking like nothing had happened. Like, he just caught a striking copperhead and kept going. Like, and
Indiana Jones was jealous.
yeah, like, I'm not saying this man was a witch,
for real?
but like, he set a standard for like masculinity that I just can't even wrap my head around. Because, like, he just did whatever he wanted, and somehow it was successful. I do have his diary, though. When he passed, I asked for very few things, and one of the things that I ended up getting was his diary. And it's not like a list of everything he did. He just kind of recorded like how much he made a year or various like little things in it. And my absolute favorite entry is from 1922. And it just says December 1922, 1 chicken, 2 pumpkin pies, and a dozen eggs. Very good year. That was his salary. That's how much he made that year. Was 2 chickens, a couple of pumpkin pies, and a dozen eggs. And he was happy. Oh, to have the contentment. Like, literally, he wrote very good year and underlined very. I want to be that happy. Like, I want to be that content with my life that, like, I worked hard all year and I got 2 chickens. Like, just baggles my mind. Yeah, I have a character that I'm wanting to introduce into one of my stories that's based on him. But even though that's in an epic fantasy story, people are going to be like, dude, your wizard is too OP. And all I was wanting to do is basically tell real stories about my great-grandfather, but as a wizard in an epic fantasy story, so people might buy it. Because...
I mean, my main character's grandma is like a combination of my 2 grandmas, Professor McGonagall and Giles.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. Giles is now part of the Grandma Club.
Oh, definitely. Like, I just need somebody who can write really good, like, Downton Abbey,
Like sassy
style
grandma
dialogue.
and brilliant mentor. Like
I'm talking about
I've
like
made
Maggie
no
Smith.
secrets how influenced. I've made no secrets how Buffy has influenced the series.
I'm just saying, I need somebody who can write really good, like Maggie Smith from Downton Abbey quality dialogue, to just write me some fanfic that's Giles and like in McGonagall having tea. That's all I want. Like, nothing else has to happen. I just want their tea conversation, but I need it written in that like over the top.
I
like,
saw a meme one time that was like, welcome your new defense against the dark arts teacher, and it was Giles, and I'm like, somebody write this fanfic.
Giles. Yeah, I have watched many things because that actor was in it. Um, right. I have not heard of Oppenheimer. I'm assuming that's about the scientist who created the bomb. Oh, Brian's home. I am tentatively excited about the Mario movie, if for no other reason.
Jack Black.
Jack Black, yeah. Like I expected Mario to again. I had no expectations for Mario. Mario's the worst character, and even in the Mario games. But Jack Black's Bowser in that trailer gives me life. Like I kind of wish it was actually the Super Bowser movie. Like I just yes,
The writing with those penguins and everything, like it's so good.
so
It looked like
good.
they had so much fun.
Like the rest of the movie might be crap, but I have a feeling that Jack Black is just going to steal the show and make the entire experience worth it. Because the trailer, all I can remember, like, is that opening sequence of like when they're throwing the snowballs at Bowser. Just so
Taste
good.
our fury. Do you yield?
Oh, because I don't know what I expected Jack Black to do, but that was not.
I mean, he
what I
probably
expected.
saw the script, saw who his co-actors were, and went, okay, time to just have some fun and crank the ham up to 12 and collect my paycheck.
Like I have a secret suspicion that this is the voice he made every time he played a Super Mario game. Like it just feels like there he is on his little Nintendo playing the game as a kid. It's just like, Mario, you have made it to my castle. Like just I can see little Jack Black doing that, and like as he grew up over the years, just honing and refining it with each game that featured Bowser. Like can you just see him playing Mario Kart as Bowser with that voice? Am I wrong? Like, can you, like, I feel like this has just been a lifelong procession to the point where he's just like, oh no, I got this. I play Bowser all the time. What? And then he just did it for them and like, oh, yeah. In the movie.
Fired.
In the movie. In
This one.
this one. We found our Bowser. Like,
The movie is saved.
Okay, let's be honest. He probably could have just voiced every character.
yeah.
That would have been great. I would have watched that. I
was-
would watch that.
So-
Including Peach.
Yes.
I think the greatest missed opportunity though with Jack Black, because yes, definitely have him be Bowser. But if he would have also been Mario, and if they would have brought in Kyle Luigi or Toad, their chemistry would work so well. So well. Hello.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. You're having a moment, huh? A couple people snickered slightly at your attempt at humor.
You should be happy. You got the cold weather.
I
Not
did.
quite 5 feet of snow, but you know.
There's supposed to be snow in the morning.
Oh.
What?
Well, there you go.
Did you not see the notification on your phone? Like,
No.
because
Excuse me while I go check my weather in Michigan.
yeah, it's supposed to be. Well, we're in a special circumstance because this Arctic blast is shooting down here, making it really cold, and the remnants of that tropical storm is going to become. The rest of it's like the actual wet rain part of it
Oh,
is going to become moving in tomorrow, but it's going to be super cold, and they don't know how much of it's just going to fall as snow, but they're not expecting any rain. There will be either snow or sleet from it.
We don't have sleet until Tuesday and Wednesday.
So yeah.
because
Charlie.
of the birth.
Pay
You're 5
attention
feet
to the screen.
I see.
on the date of your birth.
Hi, Joe.
Did Brian?
That was
Okay,
on
that was
purpose.
it. The season of perfection. Goodbye, y'all.
Get a rain snow mix.
That has thoroughly broken me. Like, literally, I have a stitch in my side. Oh, that jaunty walk. I need a gif of his jaunty walk. Like that was just. Oh
The
no,
one
don't drink a
year
cup of stupid.
that I did not have a white Christmas in the morning. By the time we left my stepsister's house, my dad had to plow their driveway. There was 0 snow on the ground when we got to their house.
Wow.
6 hours later, he had to plow their driveway for us to get out.
Wow.
And for them to get out to go to work the next day.
Okay, so I'm just going to say this for CB's sake and for anybody else who knows their Marvel. If they're ever going to do MODOK in live action, it needs to be Jack Black. He's the only one that can be that ridiculous as a giant floating head in a chair.
Yeah. Second.
I cannot imagine anybody else being able to pull off. Because they gave it because they did that weird animated show where they gave it to what's his name? The guy that the guy that tried to ruin my Sandman. You found bean sprouts?
Real bean sprouts.
Where did you find bean sprouts?
I went to special.
In the bean field.
You actually went to the Asian market.
They didn't have kimchi. Bean sprouts.
He's going all out for your birthday.
Chris is very jealous.
Yeah.
I told her, and she was like, is it as good as Samu's? I'm like, sorry to tell you, but it's better. It really was. And hello, Shadow's Lair. I don't remember if I said hello to you or not, but sorry, he is singing in the kitchen. I am very distracted.
I'm disappointed that I had closed YouTube tab to keep all of the delays from stopping. Otherwise, I could have seen like, how Joe looked from a viewer's perspective.
Well, the nice thing is everything is
Awesome.
I got it. You can look at it later.
Stop singing songs from the Lego movie. I'm trying to talk and stuff. Sorry, he just bounced through the kitchen going, everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Right, Sasha?
Oh my.
Oh, you feel me.
How about
I muted myself for my song. Dang it! Everything is awesome when you're on Charlie's stream.
Yes.
Jacques. There's only one casting that I wouldn't need to hear because a certain actor who from Heartstopper has been cast to be in an upcoming Marvel property, but they're not saying who he is. But it's rumored that he's playing Wiccan. And if Wiccan is going to be coming into the story, there better be a Hulkling and they better be cute. I need my cute super gay team that controls the universe. I need them. I need to watch all of the idiots on YouTube who don't like anything that's not straight cis white men completely freak out.
Especially because it's canon in the comic.
Yeah.
So the argument they always use is invalid.
Yeah. Because Hulkling and Wiccan are literally... Hulkling is the emperor of all space. And because Wiccan is the child of the Scarlet Witch, is the guardian of all of the fabric of reality. No. Well, see, that's what I'm hoping.
See, that's why
Joe from Heartstopper got cast for something.
he flew out and do his meeting.
Fingers crossed.
Meetings really work.
That's what I'm hoping. We know that he did go to Disney, so
Did she-
can you imagine? She has not done it. She slept and cried and
Is
complained
that what you did all day?
that you weren't here all day. Ooh. I need to make more videos. Anyway, I'm going to be working on my new thing that I got for myself, which is called More Work, during this sprint, because Brian is being too distracting, and we're just... Wait. Does everybody get hit? Nah, we'll be nice. All right.
Toxic.
Stop distracting me with Bulgogi. It's not ready yet.
That's what I'm working on during the sprint.
I know you're working on Bulgogi, and I'm very excited. Korean dinner. Oh, and we're getting a new Korean restaurant in town, and it better be good.
Oh, is that what the hibachi place is? Is that actually?
Dad saw a sign for a Korean restaurant when he was in town.
There's a hibachi Chinese, hibachi Japanese. Maybe it's hibachi Korean.
I don't know. He said Korean.
Was it up on?
We'll talk in a minute. Let me start Sprint. People don't need to know about our local food options because everybody, thankfully for them, lives very far away. Sad for me, but very good for all of y'all. Alrighty. I'm going to be working on a post on something. We're probably just being distracted by him for the next 25 minutes. Hopefully you have whatever you're going to be working on open and ready. And before he distracts me with another song because he's starting to dance again, let's just go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the chaos.
Somebody
The-
the real Trump and pretend to be back on one.
I don't know. So the cow,
I'm upset with an opportunity last night.
we're live again. Oh,
No.
cow done did his business. Brian is doing his.
Does he know where the bathroom is?
So I wanted to have some sound on in the background, and I decided to put on Lance's wonderful video, check marks running wild, on Elon Musk and the Twitter site as the Twitter site tanks. And is the FTC going to step in? Which is a wonderful video with a very long title. It's over on the Surfs Times channel. If you have not watched it and you like watching glorious trash fires burn to the ground and you don't mind light profanity, if you want to spend $8 to be Donald Trump on Twitter right now, more power to you. Have fun. That's happy birthday to me. Like that could be part of my birthday present, because oh my goodness, I can imagine all the stuff that you say. And plus, they're probably right. You can probably get the money back if you get your account banned before the month is over.
Yeah. That's the funny part. It really costs
Because you could complain to your credit card that you didn't get what you paid for.
Because you start back with, I'm back on Twitter, everybody. Follow me and share.
Yeah, if you want to do this, do it. No, make your food. So anyway, I put that on in the background and started working on the first essay that I am going to put up on the new Substack.
Oh, you've decided?
Yes, I've decided to start with a very basic one because I feel like I need to establish ground rules and vocabulary, because I want to actually talk about magic over there and what magic is, what magic isn't, and why somebody like me in the 21st century would care about this term. So, yeah, I am writing my What is Magic post right now. And starting with the insane, I'm not doing the full history lesson, but the insane question of, does magic end with a K? And why I don't spell it that way, because I don't like Aleister Crowley. Because I feel like if you don't start with the pettiness, are you really blogging?
Fair. I am still trying to decide what I'm going to eat for dinner. I mean, free, of course.
Something with tater tots?
I don't have any tater tots.
Oh. Brian! That's just me. He ran into the living room with a handful of green onions and went, not this.
I hate you because I want to be able to eat them. Oh, he doesn't know that I'm literally currently recovering from an allergic reaction yesterday.
Was it the Chinese food?
Yeah, it was the Chinese food.
Oh yeah.
So I hand gestured. So last night, so you guys see how flat my stomach is, right? When Coffee Bunny ended, my stomach was out to sea.
That's an angry food, baby.
Yeah.
It was very painful because I could feel not only the outer part of my body expanding, but I could feel my organs
Yeah.
heavy expanding. It's painful to bloat that much.
Behave, or you're going to be cutting things out in the drizzle. It's so distracting. How is everybody doing? How did everybody do? I'm fine. Anyway, yeah, I'm writing the essay on what is magic, and I'm having some fun with it, and I'm hoping that it's informative and that people like it, because I realize that there are terms for the other articles that I want to write that I should make sure that there are explainers for first, because I have a very a post I really want to write about what are spirits, but that requires that people understand the metaphysics, the idea of what an egregore is. So that's probably going to be the second one of what is an egregore, and I'll probably have to do one on basic chaos magic. So, but it's going to be fun. Hello, Jordan. How are you? And thank you. How did everybody else do?
I ate a quesadilla
Must have been hungry.
and I read for a bit.
Good.
I was okay.
I must have
think
been
we're
hungry
having-
because I only had like 3 cookies today, and I inhaled that pizza.
I'm trying to decide if I want to order because when I order food, I'm going to try and get food that I can also have food for lunch tomorrow at work.
Smart thing.
So I'm like, if I order McDonald's, I'm going to order food for dinner, and then I'm also going to get extra chicken nuggets because I can easily warm them up in the microwave
It's true.
at work. Or I could maybe order a pizza.
Hey, pizza is always good.
And I haven't ordered a pizza from here in forever. I should be safe to eat their pizza sauce because it's the same, like, so it's not it's not the restaurant I worked at, but it's the associated. Like, they're all under the same umbrella. Restaurants. Considering I can't eat the food that I have for leftovers from last night that's in my fridge.
That's sad.
Sorry for the distraction there. My niece just texted me.
Oh.
I did go back and watch Joe's little boogie dance like 3 times.
Shimmy, man, that shimmy, man. Like, I'm not saying that there will be a short on the channel later, but
I love that I didn't even see it happen because I was too distracted by what Brian had said at the moment because I had been looking down and then I looked up as Gio was leaving. But I had looked up because of what Brian had said.
See, I didn't hear what Brian said because I was giving him the go and Charlie was paying attention.
it's a crazy day. For all the people that wonder
Because
why I
he
always
actually did it twice. If you go back and look, he actually did it twice, and you weren't paying attention because you were talking to Brian.
see what you almost made me miss?
Good job, Eva.
For anybody who wonders why I always add the chaos.
Oh, did Eva get it? Because I was about
Yeah,
to
Eva
get
got it.
Okay, if that happens again, we will go into subscriber mode. Make sure
Then
that
I'm
you are
reporting.
subscribed to the channel. And I'm going to set it for 5 minutes, so you should all be fine. But now's a good time to check and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Because I just looked over and saw that. And it disappeared as my hand moved. Because Eva's that good at it. Alrighty, so where were we? Oh no, what are you? What? Bulgogi sauce. No, you go. Not for you. He's not for you. No, no, no. Come here, Sasha. You come here. Come here. Come here. Are you gonna come in when you get to you?
Oh, look at the cute baby.
She's so excited. She's like, I don't know what you're trying to get my attention for. The food's in there. You just took it back in the other room. This is meaningless nonsense. Why are you doing this?
Okay. So if I order McDonald's before the tip, obviously, it's $19.52, and I get a meal plus chicken nuggets plus a McFlurry.
McDonald's sounds good.
But if I order the pizza, I get a pizza and pizza bites, which is basically deep fried pizza dough with seasoning on it for $24.89, and that's before tip though, so it's a bit more.
You're asking the wrong person because I am a fried bread kind of a person.
I
And you're
love it, but
I
also
can get fried bread. Fried bread, you say?
it is delicious. It's very delicious.
I'm the wrong person to ask this question. So Jenna did some self-care things. but going to focus in on admin tasks for the next sprint. Yeah, I'm going to try to get some writing done, but Chaos Demon is at full peak chaos. Yes, you. Everybody knows. It's not a secret that I am sharing. Everybody knows that you're just running around in chaos mode. Let's see. When you click to get, we're charging $4.99 for check marks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, not 8. It has been interesting to watch. Like, I love Twitter. I was a beta tester for Twitter back before it had vowels. Like, if this site goes down, I will have all the feels because I was using it when it was before it was even Twitter, when it was an internal messaging app used inside of Odeo. Because I had friends that were like, hey, we're doing this thing. It's kind of cool. Do you want in?
I don't even qualify. I can't even do Blue because I don't have iOS.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option. That was a requirement. I haven't even looked.
I was just looking to see what it would cost for me.
He's just ended his relationships with a lot of people. Like, my personal favorite thing, like, if you don't understand how petty some people can be, given all the bad things that the Orange One has done, that did not change the sellout Candace Owens' opinions about the Cheeto. But apparently, she heard from a friend of hers who heard from a friend of hers that while they were golfing with a friend of his, he said bad things about her. So he's dead to her now. And I'm just like, literally, you decided to do a special episode of your podcast to basically Mean Girls the Cheeto out of your life. That's a whole level of petty I can't even aspire to. I'm actually a little impressed. Like, I didn't even think that content could be as simple as... I didn't even think that, like, I could do, like, an entire podcast that's just, I heard from a friend of mine who heard from a friend of mine that heard from a friend of mine that heard from their cousin who was doing a thing with somebody's brother. And now the world is over. Like, I didn't even realize I could be that petty. Why are you talking about... How did Nicki Minaj get involved into this? Go, Chaos Demon, go!
Scram!
Yeah, see, Twitter Blue existed before the thing.
It did.
And it was dumb and I didn't like it. Like, the only thing that was interesting about it was something that you could do as kind of it was originally basically their answer to kind of Patreon, where you could set yourself up with a Twitter Pro account, which was free, and make basically paid Blue only posts. And then you would get money from all of the people that subscribed and blah, 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 blah. Or you could do subscriber only posts and stuff like that. And it's like they were making their own little Patreon clone on the inside of Twitter. And that was like not the best idea, but not the worst. But, oh, this is all the worst. And I can't wait to see if somebody goes to jail.
I'm just enjoying Tumblr trolling them, in all honesty.
Thank you, Eva. Oh my goodness. Do you know how hard it was for me not to spend $8 to get a double check mark on Tumblr?
Right?
Like, I don't care, but I kind of just like,
It's hilarious.
It hit that dumb part of my brain that's just like, yeah, I want the double check mark just because. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? CB with the 425 words, actually getting something done. Yay.
They've removed the double check mark thing.
I have my.
It was just for one day.
So sad. So sad.
It was hilarious.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Those were the days.
Like, I'm not even going to go back to the 90s when food was even, like, cheaper. I remember when dollar menus were actually dollar menus.
I know.
It's only actually been in the last couple of years that the dollar menu has no longer been a dollar menu.
Then you live in a place that's not misery. Our dollar menus died a long time ago. So sad. Things are going fairly well.
Unless
The
you
chaos
unless
is
you
the
live in a
chaos.
town where unless you live where Bessie lives, because the McDonald's closer to Cedar Point never had a dollar menu. At least not when I went there because it was Cedar Point season. So they're going to get all the tourist money. Further away from Cedar Point, they had dollar menus and all that.
Well, the interesting thing to see how this all pans out is Mr. I Don't Tell Lies Musk has actually said that they only have enough money to keep the site going for like a couple like to the end of the month. I think he said a couple weeks. That's where I'm debating. If he said a couple weeks or to the end of the month.
Isn't there normally a clause in contracts when you sell a company or buy a company that you can't destroy it within a certain time frame?
No,
Technically, no.
it's your property. You
Um,
do what you want.
Well, see, the biggest problem is when the lawsuits happen. Like that's going to be the big thing, because if the FTC does what the FTC should do and basically say, oh, that $2 billion that we decided Twitter didn't owe us because you instituted the blue check marks so that there would be a verification system that you just undid, you owe us that $2 billion now.
Mhm.
Like that to me is the big one over there about whether or not it will
Not to mention all of the wrongful termination suits that are going to follow.
and the fact that it looks like it actually the way he did the firing broke California state law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is
Email
it has
with a
fake
meme?
name.
So
And the stockholders get super negligent.
yeah. Hello, Maggie. Thank you. Like it's I love this moment because I never thought I would get to live through an honest to God, the Emperor has no clothes moment. But like this is the closest I will probably get to like the Emperor has no clothes, because people are still acting like he's a genius, and he's still acting like he's a genius as he proves that he has no idea what he's doing. Like this is a pure Emperor has no clothes. He's just like, do you like my new website? And everybody else is like, what website? It ain't going to be there. It's gone. It's like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, it's oddly enough a cautionary tale brought to life in live action. Like, I just can't. I like watching trash fires. I'm a bad person. It is known. Yeah, I mean, it's just so good. Yeah, Dollar Tree prices went up. Yeah, there are a lot of people around here still like brooding about the Dollar Tree prices going up. And like, yeah.
Okay, so when I mentioned the thing about the companies, some companies will actually put that in a clause of when you buy a company, like even if it's privately owned. Like, and I
Yeah.
feel like they should have done that because they should have known.
Well, see, what's probably happening is Ev and Jack are probably sitting back with whatever they had planned to do once Elon made the idea. They probably sat back and went, hey, here's what we can do that will be the next Twitter and bigger. And they're probably just sitting on it, waiting for this to burn down and then make their announcement. Because remember, when when they did this, when they sold Blogger to Yahoo, they did Ev did this when he sold Twitter to Jack, and immediately came out with Medium. Like they've done this exact thing a couple times, where they're like, oh, thank you for taking that thing off my hand so I can focus on my new project. So
This is their I got bored.
yeah,
Time
this
for the new
really,
thing.
yeah. So we will see what comes next. But like I said, I've been there forever, and I will miss it. Hello, HK. Thank you. I'm kind of speeding through a lot of this because I do want to try to get some writing done. Yes, I'm going to stop you from having a conversation about economics live on the internet. Yeah, the W. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You don't think the firings will be a thing? You mean? See, I believe Facebook though did the procedure properly because I think you have to give a certain period of notice. I think that's a part of how the California layoff rules work. That there has to be
Also, don't use a meme.
Yeah. And like I'm rather enjoying watching both of these things burn down because honestly, nobody's going to use Metaverse. No one. I don't have an $8,000 VR rig. I couldn't use it if I wanted to, and I don't because.
Guys, it's not dinner time. Stop staring at me.
If I want to go to an alternate world and hang out with strangers, I'm going to reactivate my Final Fantasy XIV account. At least there, I'm a wizard. I mean, technically not a wizard, more of an arcanist, because then I can switch back and forth between being healing or DPS, because, whatever the mood is that day. But that's neither here nor there.
Roy's whining. He wants to go outside.
Okay, so if you want to see the weirdest article I've ever seen, Bloomberg ran a front page article yesterday, I think it was yesterday, on maybe unions were a good thing.
Are you going to spin again?
Yeah. Yeah, like Bloomberg, the magazine for rich moneyed interest. No.
Oh.
I did the switching. Charlie wasn't noticing, so I was doing the switching.
was noticing. I'm
She was spinning just a while ago because she wants dinner, but now she's just like
it's so small.
staring at me like, give me the food.
If we could actually Ready Player One, I wouldn't be too upset with it though. But VR, I don't think we'll ever get to that place because there's a lot of technology that has to be fit, and it's a problem. Now we have a Roy. What is this, dog cute off time? Sasha, you're failing.
He's like, take me outside right now.
There's street bread, Mom. There's street bread. Do you not know there is street bread?
He's so cute. Yeah.
Sasha, all the other dogs are showing you up. You think Brian's going to give you meat? Brian is not going to give you steak. Get in here. The optimism of being a dog. I'll get the steak. Brian will just drop it on the floor for me. Oh. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go and take Brett outside and pick up some food, but
Alrighty.
I'll try to be back later.
Alrighty. Buttons. Where are buttons? Huzzah! Let's go ahead and do another sprint because I really feel like I didn't notice this, but get back to the end card there. No, not that far. I need to move.
Ooh.
I need to move. Dang it. I'm bad at this. I need to move where the things are showing up because the cow doesn't stop the tooting because the timer's over. And then my face shows up just right where the cow is tooting. See? Like the cow toots right at my face. Maybe I should put my face over there. Maybe I should move those two. Maybe that should be a thing I do. All hail the chaos. Apparently, I am basking in the crapulence. I'm living that scene from Star Booty. Really good movie. Watch if you're under the age of 18. At all. Maybe 21. Maybe 25. Like, I don't know what the acceptable age is for the content of that movie.
I don't want it.
It stars RuPaul and was written by RuPaul. Well, it was written by RuPaul
wow.
and Lady Bunny. And
This explains so much.
oh, Yeah, it's beautiful trash. Anywho, let us go ahead and get started on this sprint. Remember to do your things, save your work, back it up. Do not feed the gremlins. All the good stuff. Make sure that you have something to hydrate with. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let the cow fart. I couldn't find the unmute. The cow done did the business. And we're back. I wrote words and commiserated with Brian over fake but with a blue check mark Ted Cruz and fake with a blue check mark Ben Shapiro's love affair on Twitter, and how Ben is really upset that Ted Cruz let everybody know that they want to have unnatural relations with each other as horses. And Ted was like, well, at least I didn't tell people we like eating the entrails of people. And Ben's like, no, don't say that. They're not supposed to know. And just like all of the back and forth. But like,
so somebody got the blue check mark and took the name Tesla. And then, so this is screenshots.
Oh man.
And technically, most of the stuff they said was true. But then somebody did the chaos continues. Twitter pulls the plug on Twitter Blue subscriptions and paid for verification. Blue checkmark no longer available because of that.
oh yeah, like
Pretty sure it's because of the Tesla one.
you don't mess with
far.
the strong boy. Like what was? Are you okay?
Yeah, I just
Okay. Like, I mean, he was site were people that were making fun of him, and the quickest way people found to get banned from the site is just to say the phrase "blood sapphires" or "conflict sapphires," and they were watching their accounts like just immediately get locked down because we're not supposed to talk about where Elon's money came from in the beginning. Free speech doesn't really look like what I expected it to. You know, you make a good point that $8 a month is not exactly free. So it's $8 a month speech. I am glad that your dad is back and feeling well and doing well.
Oh, I finally ordered food.
Brian says hi, Nikki. What did you decide on?
McDonald's.
Because I know what I've decided on, and it's not going to happen, but I can beg. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there.
What Maggie was making? Oh no. Okay,
I
yeah.
want empanadas. I do, but empanadas for dessert. You can make sweet empanadas. Sweet empanadas are the greatest. And of course, I always want what Maggie's having, like
Argentinian empanadas.
And for goodness sakes, even Eva, it's like, it was so hard. I'm trying to focus on writing this thing where I'm trying not to be too snarky, and then having to spell check Aleister Crowley's name because he spells it weird. And then I'm just like distracted and like, I'm thinking of all the food. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be writing things. Oh, but all the food. Oh, just all the food.
I was reading and then I got really cold, so I had to bundle up.
We're hoping to get all the cold because we had to turn the heater on today and it was set a little too warm. I just got the news alert from my weather people tracking snow.
Wow.
So the snow has started moving into the area. I mean, in all honesty,
check mine because I gotta check my weather report because I have to work tomorrow and it rained today. So if it snows, it's going.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. So as per the story that I have verified, because I heard it every time I misbehaved my entire childhood and into my adulthood, and a couple weeks ago, actually, I was born during a blizzard. It was the first snow of the year, and the snow was so high that it had that had blocked the door, and Dad had to climb out of a window to carve a path for Mom to get out of the house and get to the car.
This house.
Dad verified it. There used to be right there, before the garage had been messed up.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah. And then, of course, the story gets worse from there, because there she is in the hospital. And because it is Missouri and the temperatures had been in the 80s the day before, the air conditioning was stuck on at the hospital and they could not get it to switch over to the heating system. So there she was, freezing in the delivery room, and they put a hot lamp down towards her nethers so that I would be warm, and wouldn't even give her a blanket. Which, by the way, confirmed with the nurse, hunted down the nurse, because I needed facts, because my dad couldn't verify this one, because when they got to the hospital, my dad suddenly had a weird muscle spasm attack in his back and died. Good news is he got better, but he was technically dead for 6.5 minutes before they resuscitated him. His heart stopped. He wasn't breathing, nothing, just like. So while they're dealing with him in one part of the hospital, trying to keep him from dying, my mother is freezing to death, trying to give birth to me. The doctor is snowed in and can't make it to the hospital. So they're like, we will just wait till the doctor gets here to induce. 36 hours later.
Oh, no.
The doctor arrives at the hospital, and I am born and not breathing. Apparently my skin was blue when I was born from lack of oxygen and not breathing, and they then went to work on resuscitating me.
Wow. Yeah, I agree with the shadows there. This is a heck of a birth story.
Yeah, I didn't believe it. Like I heard the story so often, and like I'm omitting details. Like it gets worse. Like there's so many more, like every tragedy that could befell my family on the way. Like everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. But I went and hunted down the doctor that delivered me, the nurses that were in the hospital. Like I had to verify facts. This is the most fact-checked thing about my childhood, just because I heard the story so much. I was hoping to find a hole that I could poke in it and be like, no, actually, I talked to, and I can't. It apparently all happened, and it was terrible, and it was awful, and somehow I'm still here. And I'm also queer because, according to my mother, when they wheeled my dad into the room and handed me to him, first thing he did was lift up his robe, the medical gown that he was in, and held me up to his chest and said, "Now, how do I do this?" And the nurse found this funny. The doctor thought it was hilarious. My dad still thinks it's hilarious, and my mom thinks that's why I'm queer. I mean, that's not how that works, but
What if it was,
never forget it. Oh, wouldn't that be great? So we would know how to do the full formal takeover of everything. Okay, here's how we take over. The first nipple that every baby has to see has to be a man nipple. As long as we can make sure that every baby's first nipple is a male presenting nipple, then the queers will take over. It'll be nothing but us gay people everywhere. But yeah, every time I got into trouble, every time I heard the story in all of its gory details, all of it. And unfortunately could not debunk any of it. So that's how I got to be here. That all happened 46 years ago today. Actually tonight, because I was actually born in about 3 hours. So
I didn't want to come out. I was 15 days late. My poor mother with a 10-pound baby.
I was
Oh,
7
man.
pounds, 7 ounces.
Supposedly her stomach went foomp when they were trying to get me out. When they were like
Oh, no.
inducing her and everything, I was just like, nope. So that's when they did C-section. Also, my mom couldn't eat because they were prepping her for a C-section. And I was born in May, which is baseball season. So my dad ordered himself chicken wings and sat there and watched the baseball game. And he hated chicken.
So, Eva, my theory on this is it was the 70s and nobody cared. That's why they waited for a doctor. They're like, it's nature. Just let nature. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine here. It's fine. We'll just wait till somebody tells us what to do so we don't get in trouble. Like, I just feel like the answer is it was the 70s. Like, the only part of the story that I'm surprised isn't in there is, and then the nurse was sitting there smoking a cigarette while checking. The only like stereotypically 70s part of the story that is not in the story that I'm kind of surprised isn't in the story. And I love the phrase Smurf babies. I'm going to refer to myself as a Smurf baby from now on.
We went out to a wing place for my 30th birthday. And I had a cocktail. I'm a lightweight, so things get very funny very fast to me as I get a buzz going.
Another drink?
And I started giggling just in the middle of conversation. My parents and my sister are looking at me like, what is so funny? I'm like, Mom finally got her chicken on my birthday.
I feel like I'm glad I told that story just because it fits in well with the earlier part of the stream. For anybody who missed the earlier part of the stream, I did basically the litany of how am I not dead yet
Yes.
at the beginning of the stream. And it starts literally at birth. Like, it starts at birth. And I missed that part in the original retelling. Your childhood nickname was Smurf. Mine was Rusty. Everyone until I was, well, my one grandfather called me Rusty till the day he died. But the grandfather that I liked, not the one that I often tell dark and scary, sinister stories about, Grandpa Jake. Grandpa Jake called me Rusty till the day I died. And I'm not mad at
You
it.
died.
If he died. Sorry. There's a reason I'm not doing a lot of fiction. I'm writing facts.
Sounds like you might be struggling with that too.
Actually, have I ever died? I don't think technically. I know one of the surgeries I had, I think they had to stop my heart so that they could control the blood loss while they were doing the actual surgery itself, I think.
One of my nicknames as a kid was Thumper because of
Yeah.
my feet.
My dad still occasionally calls me Turtle because when I was a baby, I'd roll onto my back and then I couldn't get off my back, and it just pissed me off, and I refused to roll over.
I mean,
When I was born, my parents didn't hear, "Congratulations, you have a baby girl." They heard, "Holy look at the size of those feet!"
my parents were told that they had a little AMAB child, and then they quickly scoured to figure out names because the entire time that she was pregnant, they told her she was having a girl. They were kind of right.
It's not hot.
That's way too steaming. I am not burning myself.
There you
Is
go.
this the mushrooms?
This is the mushrooms.
Is the steam showing on the camera? I don't know if this is.
Yeah, it is.
It's not hot at all.
It's just a little
Ooh,
warm.
Yeah, I see it.
Just
It's steamy.
yeah, put it down over the black shirt. So it's just a little warm. Just a little. Oh, that smells so good.
I think my delivery driver has several orders that they picked up at the same time
Yeah, I thought you told me.
because I watched them go up here and now they're over here,
Different flavor.
but they have to come over here.
Okay, I spoke too soon. I am dead now.
It's going to be bibimbap of flavors, so that each thing is going to be distinctively flavored in its own way, including the rice.
Oh my goodness.
So all the different ingredients will be
That is so good.
full unique, distinct flavors, all combining into a flavorgasm.
That is like an umami bomb.
Oh yeah. So many wood ears and creminis and straw mushrooms.
Mm.
Yeah,
That is so good.
yeah, and seasoned very differently from the bulgogi.
Yes, it's not a bulgogi sauce. It's really good.
Yeah.
I am dead now. I spoke too soon.
You died.
I don't even like mushrooms, and that looked delicious.
Right?
Oh my goodness, it was so good.
Same.
Mm.
So Maggie's comment down here reminds me of the fact that we need to do baby's first resurrection. No, baby's first necromancy.
Oh, it's baby's first necromancy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh. If this wasn't YouTube, if we were on Twitch right now, I would just put on the tale of Lil Cthulhu. But I'm pretty sure the channel would be struck over here on YouTube, but they don't really care over on the Twitches, which is one of the reasons why this Friday stream come December might be moving over there, so we can actually play videos and talk about them like people do on Twitch all the dang time. Because it really frustrates me that we can't do that here. But if you did not know, we are going to be changing this stream come December, because I'm not going to be wanting to do that much productivity, because everybody's going to be burnt out from National Novel Writers Burnout Month.
But World Ember.
I'm going to be, I don't know that I'm doing World Ember this year. We will see, because I have so much more work than normal this year. But
I want to
yeah,
see if Bestial do World Ember with me, since we're doing the other project together.
I want to do World Ember, but I think I'm going to be doing a lot more preaching gigs because if anybody is interested, I'm going to be the facilitator for this weekend's Creation Spirituality Interfaith Worship Experience that you can find at cscommunities.org. And it's going to be kind of a moment of collective because we're going to be talking about the election. We're going to be talking about why politicians always let us down and why we shouldn't be looking for our saviors in humans. Why our saviors should not be people. We are our own saviors. We have to save ourselves.
But we are people.
No. That's
Other people.
other people.
Okay. Do you love how I'm immediately like, but we are people?
No, because too many people are waiting for somebody else to come and rescue them. And
Yeah, don't be a damsel in distress. Be a
Yeah.
damsel, be in distress, and you'll figure it out.
yeah, because it's just
Have a nice day.
So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're also going to be doing a brief memorial because a prominent member of our community has passed and from pancreatic cancer.
Oh,
And so it will be an interesting experience this weekend. And I think I'm going to be doing a service on truth and what it is next month. So I've got a lot more speaking gigs this year than I have in the past. So
You gotta prepare.
yeah, it's what was beautiful, and what I think the service, what we're going to be doing in service is, it's not going to be so much a mourning as it will be a celebration of what all he brought and all the lives that he changed. So it's going to be a thing. So that's going to be this Sunday at 7. I can never remember time zones. I think it's 7 p.m.
7 Eastern.
Because that's the problem. My brain pulled up 7 p.m. and I'm like, did I change the time zone yet or not? I hate time
You
zones.
did already change it.
Yeah. And, a lot of people have like mixed feelings about what happened with the election. I have very mixed feelings about what happened because we legalized recreational marijuana, but we also gave our governor a private military force and the ability to tell cities how many cops they're supposed to have and to find the money for it. So, like, we had a very mixed election. Plus, the guy who said he wanted to outlaw trans people won governor, which, like, that was probably going to happen anyway. It's a thing. From the Beach Boys, Brian Williams. Because if it's not Brian Williams, I'm kind of surprised because I thought he died a while ago. No, he had a stroke a while ago, wasn't it? Was it a stroke? He's had a lot of health issues over the years.
Are we talking about the journalist
Yeah, because there's also a journalist, Brian Williams.
/ news anchor for NBC?
And yeah, that's the right. Oh, MSNBC. Yeah, that would be the news anchor. He was kind of not too much older than me. Alrighty, are we ready for maybe another sprinting sprint? What time is it? Oh yeah, we got time. I don't know. Time has been flying for me today, and I've been very talky. So
Let's see if I can match the 750 words I wrote in the last one.
Wow.
On a roll.
Wow, that's a lot.
I think I'm going to run out of snaps. My fingers. My bend and snap is all over the place. It's so dangerous. Oh, we're going to watch Legally Blonde tonight.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, we did watch Zootopia Plus, and while all of the shorts were really, really funny, the dinner rush one almost caused Brian to have a panic attack because two sloths come to a restaurant when a server needs to go to get to somewhere on time, and they get seated in his section. Really funny, just so funny. Laugh so hard. Brian almost died.
Woohoo, it's Laura again.
Yay!
Hey, I got McDonald's too.
The
Nice.
Real Rodents of New Rhodesia is hilarious. Rodentia is hilarious. I want that to be a whole TV show of. Oh no, that was the other one. That was The Godfather of the Bride. That was my favorite one of all of them. Was The Godfather of the Bride, which is the backstory for the little mole mafioso. And yes, the polar bears make sense now. I understand why the polar bears are so loyal to him. It was so cute. It was so sweet. And I need some wholesomeness in my life every now and then. And thankfully, this provided it. There's 6 shorts. They're like 10 minutes each. So it's like an hour. Good time. Enjoy if you haven't seen it. How is the street bread?
Did you also get ice cream?
Nice.
Timed that perfectly, didn't I?
I got an Oreo McFlurry with fudge added to it.
Ooh.
Oh,
Y'all are making me hungry.
Alrighty. I don't know what he's chopping in there, but I can't wait to find out. Let's bring up our little cow timer again, which I love so much. It makes me happy. I think it has hurt my productivity more than anything I've ever done on stream, because I find myself, it's why you find me in chat talking to y'all more often, because I have the monitor up over here where I can see what's going on in stream and on chat, and I find myself just staring at the cow and giggling during sprints. So we might have to go back to the races in the not too distant future, because I keep watching the cow. It makes me laugh.
Maybe you need it.
Oh, I do need the laughter so much. There it is. Thank you, and have fun and enjoy the food and the hockey. Alrighty. I don't know what he's saying, but before I find out, let's go ahead and get this sprint started. I'm not listening to you because we're getting the sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
I said, Evil Winnie.
The cow done did his business, and we are in subscriber mode.
Toot toot.
Here we are.
Oh my goodness. So I got a little bit more writing done and then needed to find a password, and I couldn't find the password, and I don't know what I did with the password. And then I realized I don't think the site had me set up a password, because I think they were doing that magic password thing where you give them your email address, they email you a code.
Oh
So I
yeah.
don't have a password, but the app for my phone wants a password, and I don't see a place where I can tell it to send me the code so I could. And that was most of my sprint.
Oh man.
That, and I accidentally made Nikki feel like a goofball, which I'm sorry. Not my intent. I'm just very literal, and as we've already established, I am dead.
I fed the dog that sprint.
Oh, food, doggos.
Yes. They are very content now.
I'm sad to say that there was no fudge in my McFlurry.
Oh no.
But I'm not even gonna like complain to Grubhub because it was only 35 cents. It'd be different if like the one day we ordered 2 Dr. Peppers and one Dr. Pepper was correct. The other one tasted like there was no like it was only carbonation. Like in that situation, I'm like, I paid $2 for this. Please give me my $2.
It just tasted like carp.
I hate it when
Yep.
you're out of syrup.
Like it had enough syrup that it was colored. That's it.
Brian, is your skin crawling yet?
I hate the.
No.
I hate just carbonated water. Ugh. My mom can drink club soda.
Okay, but there's a
Like,
difference between like
no
something
problem.
that's just carbonated and something that's supposed to have carbonation and syrup.
Yeah.
Like it has a really different taste to
Mhm.
it. So like when something has run out of syrup, but there's enough syrup to color it,
Yeah, carbonation is
it has a way
surprisingly
different
bitter.
taste, and it's just nasty. And I don't like just straight carbonation anyway. That's what
I don't know. I'm on par with the Germans. Like, why isn't all water bubbly?
That's my way of thinking. Like why can't we be like the Italians where you have to specify you want flat water instead of like specifying
Flat
that you want sparkly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it flat water because
We call it
doesn't-
still water here.
Stillwater is a band. Bad joke. I'm sorry. Nobody got my joke. I'm still waiting for my Broadway musical soundtrack. Anyway, I'm glad you took no offense. Sorry, Stillwater was the band in the movie Almost Famous, which actually, if you bought the collector's edition of the movie, you actually got their album because they actually recorded an actual album for them. And it's one of the best albums for a band that never existed that I've ever heard. And I'm very excited because there's a full Broadway musical that they worked with Robert Plant on. So like a 1970s like rock god helped write an album about a band, a musical about a band that wants to be 1970s rock gods. And I don't have it. I take that back. They did put up 4 songs from it, and I'm hoping that they just picked the 4 most musical theater songs because they're very, very musical theater. Like Glee does musical theater. Just, oh my goodness. Stillwater Revolution. I'm not opposed to Stillwater, but you know, I just think water should have bubbles. Everything should have bubbles. I'm not the fish from Finding Nemo, except for when I'm Dory, because I'm Dory a lot. As anybody who watches the stream knows, I forget everything and constantly chant "just keep swimming." So, okay, I am one fish from Finding Nemo, but I'm not the fish in the tank that's like baboos, baboos. Like I'm not that fish.
Bubbles.
I printed out a meme it's up on my corkboard, and it's Dory, but it just keep writing.
Yeah, like Dory is
As a
my heart.
fundraiser, as a little prize for the school fundraiser, um, Anna got this little like plush squid animal thing, and I gave it to her, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's so squishy!" And she started saying, "Squishy, squishy." So that's his name now, and I keep quoting that line. I shall call him Squishy, and he shall be mine, and he shall be my Squishy.
It's so squishy, I'm gonna die.
Okay, so I just saw a post on Facebook about apparently Disney cast Gal Gadot as the stepmother in Snow White.
Wait, who?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder
Oh.
Woman. And
The oddly racist but gets a pass for it, Wonder Woman.
but like looking at some of the comments, I'm like, guys, it wasn't about her beauty of why she was jealous of her. It's because she was the fairest.
Yeah, technically that is a Snow
Palest
White is
of
all
them
about
all.
Okay, my sister called me today. So my nephew is like, whatever. My nephew's like 4 or 5, and so he was watching Snow White for the first time, the animated Disney.
Aw.
And my sister is explaining it to him as they're watching. She's like, "Yeah, the mirror's telling her that she's not the prettiest." And then the camera goes to Snow White, and my nephew's like, "But Snow White's not pretty." He loves the evil queen. He
Okay,
loves
several
Maleficent.
several people in the comments on this are like, actually the queen is more often beautiful than Snow White, but it's the inner beauty that they're comparing, not the outer beauty.
My nephew is like, evil queen, Maleficent, yes.
I love this
Maleficent is
child.
my heart.
Like, he takes after me.
I can't wait till this child meets Ursula.
Oh gosh.
My grandpa worked on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so we used to have the cells that they painted on hanging in my bedroom growing up.
Oh,
Nice.
But I wish I could have asked him. Like he died when my dad was 3, so like I wish I could have asked him about like what it was like to work on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That would have been cool. Like
I'm assuming somewhere between indentured servitude and slavery based on books I've read.
based on what I've heard from my grandmother, yeah, that tracks. Like they didn't pay him much, and they worked into the bone basically. And
Like
But he
there's a
loved it.
reason Walt became very, very wealthy, and it's because he did not pay a lot for people to do things. The only thing
Huh.
that
It's
I-
almost like Disney actually followed his legacy. Oh wait, I said nothing against you. The mouse is amazing.
look, when we get to our Ready Player One Hunger Games world that we're very quickly going to, we need to realize which corporate team we want to sponsor us to get through the trials and tribulations ahead. And I'm fairly convinced that Disney will have more power than any of the other rival corporations, especially because Facebook's really going down. Warner Brothers is completely falling apart. Like, is there a book publisher that knows what they're doing? Like, so my allegiance is all in.
Disney.
Like,
Disney's the book publisher that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. all hail the Disney overlords. Like, give me my mouse ears, I will bow. It's fine. Just get me through the Hunger Games.
Should I go get
I'm
it
okay.
there? For my room?
Okay, so
only
at
have,
the
like, 5.
store, that I worked at, it was like this big. It was a container, and it was Minnie Mouse ears. There was 2 different ones, 2 different packs, and there was one that was just headbands with ears, and then there was like a couple headbands, and then there was also like scrunchies with ears, and like some poppets that looked like Minnie, like the little bubble pop thingies, for ADHD and stuff. Fidget toy. I'm like, I want one, but I had no money, so they're gone now
Aw.
because it was on a 30% off sale. And it's an outlet store, so it was already marked down.
Ah,
And once it's gone, it's gone.
And we never know what we're gonna get. And they've apparently had those for months. But I was like, why don't we just put them on the front table by the door and not down here on the floor? And then voila, they were all gone within 2 days.
Put them where people will see them.
Yeah. In
I
this
know.
situation, it'd be parents that would need to see this because it was headbands and
I know when I worked retail, we had what we called the staff rack, which was the one place in the store that never sold anything because nobody cared to look at what was there. And when we knew sales were coming up, we would maybe not secretly place the things that we wanted to get in the sale over in the staff racks so that they would still be there. I may have gotten a really, really nice leather jacket that way.
Nice.
So you never know. Once they feel comfortable with you, they may tell you where the staff rack is and help you
oh no,
surreptitiously
pull
steal
it
things.
themselves. They're not supposed to, but they're just like, no, I don't care.
Where's the camaraderie among thieves? Your mind is still on the fact that it took the doctor 4 hours to do your dad's surgery. Why is your brain doing that to you? Because our brains like to get fixated on things that either we don't
Wait,
understand or
is
that
this shock that it was only 4 hours?
Yeah, that's one. That's a good question. Is it because it took so long or so short?
Or like, yeah, is it like it
Story
took
in
4
general.
hours before he could do the surgery, or it only took 4 hours to do the surgery? Oh wow, there's a big difference here.
That
Mhm.
is
That it was so long, she
that
says.
it was so long.
Oh, I would expect longer
Yeah,
with the
It's-
surgery, either to start it or for the surgery to happen. Like,
Well, also remember, depending on what you were informed of, there's possibly time that he was waiting for the anesthesiologist to actually do
The
what he was doing. They may have needed to do some blood work preliminarily in there. I know.
may I
several
ask what the
times-
surgery was for?
I
it
know.
was an ablation, I think.
Was what?
If I remember correctly, an ablation.
Ablation?
Several times when I've had surgery, apparently my brain waves weren't right, and they were concerned that I would wake up. So a lot of those took longer than they should have because they were adjusting the mix on things.
Hmm.
So, because it had to do with his heart, I would actually stopping. I'm assuming a blockage. I would actually expect something to take longer, simply because they have to be so careful. You
Mhm.
actually would prefer that a surgery. Okay. No. There is a middle ground here.
Yes.
And 4 hours is actually really fast for a surgery in that area. Mind you, I had a teacher, one of my professors, he's like, I had heart surgery, and he's like, they basically played Pong in my heart. Because they did the insert the thingy, and then a person sat there with the controller, went like this, and performed surgery on his heart. And he's like, so they played Pong in my heart.
Also, the other thing to bear in mind is they may not have told you when he went into recovery right away, because they may have still been monitoring. Because for some surgeries, especially in the heart, I know when my dad had a couple of his heart surgeries, there was a question of we need to monitor he technically was not out of surgery for a certain period afterwards, because the doctor was basically on standby because if they might need to take him right back into the room. So that was all counted as part of his surgery time, because he had, they were concerned he had to have in his case, he had to have a pacemaker defibrillator installed. So it hits on both sides if your heart beats too fast or too slow. And they were concerned that the wires might not adhere right. So they were actually checking him fairly regularly after surgery with a it's not an ultrasound. What do you call it? It was a portable CT scan. I think that's what he called it, where they were checking to make sure that the wires had stayed in place. Because once they don't know until they actually close you up, and everything's all tight and compacted again.
Yeah, so with this, in part, when they are eroding or vaporizing it, they also need to monitor and make sure that the blockage doesn't move in the wrong direction.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you
So-
vaporize something, it's still kind of in there, depending on how they performed the surgery. So they have to monitor to make sure that it actually doesn't go into the heart.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it is possible that the actual surgery itself did not take as long as they said it did, but that the monitoring time is included in on that.
The prep time.
Yeah. Because I know with one of my surgeries, even though I am pretty much a hairless weasel, they took like 10 minutes to shave my chest, even though I have no chest hair. Like they just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
like-
they have to be sure
Yeah.
because they don't want anything to mess with
Yeah,
anything.
to mess with anything. And it was actually a surgery I had on my stomach. And like, yeah, I'm a hairless mole rat. Like, it shouldn't have been a problem, but they were literally like scouring the region to make sure that there were no stray hairs and stuff. And as far as my family knew, I was in surgery while they were doing that, and I was awake through all of that while they were doing all of the prep and stuff. So there's a lot of things that could have been, but the main thing that I would say is, while it is very hard for us humans to do it, and I recognize that, it is not a good thing for us to let ourselves worry about things outside of our control. The important thing is not to worry about them, but to enjoy what time that you have. So, like, when my grandmother had one of her surgeries, they didn't know if it would work or not, or if because she was having she repeatedly had cancer. And they were very concerned over what they would have to do after that. They didn't know that she would survive chemo if they had to do chemo because of her age. And there's no, the one thing that she just kept telling us, like she herself kept telling us, like, don't worry. Like, your worry won't fix me. Tell me a joke, distract me, keep me happy.
Right.
That's what we need to be doing in these times. And it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It is one of the most difficult things that we can do. But, it's a weird evolutionary trait that we haven't lost yet. Because worry used to really be important, because we worried because I think I just heard a leopard outside the cave. And that's a really good thing to sit and worry about all night and not sleep. Because if there actually is a leopard out there, you don't want it to be a leopard in here.
Oh, hey, this reminds me. Did I ever tell you guys that my cousin got to go home and everything? After
Oh.
the motorcycle accident.
That's good.
That's good. No, I don't remember.
I don't remember you telling me that.
Yeah, he had to wear a really fancy. I think he still wears it. Has to wear a really fancy brace, unlike most of his body. Like he can kind of walk himself around, be home with his kids.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's an encouraging sign.
And one of the main things that I'm going to be working on over the next year, and I've been doing this every year, I don't do like New Year's resolutions on like New Year's Eve, but I do kind of like take stock of my life around birthday time, because, you start realizing, my goodness,
That is your year
Yeah.
beginning.
And the main thing that I'm trying to find tools to help with, and one of the reasons why I'm taking some of the classes I'm taking right now, is I'm trying to learn how to not worry as much, how not to give in to the anxiety that's not just my chemistry being off. Because there's not too much other than medication I can do for the chemical-based anxiety. But I do make it worse. I ruminate. I do a lot of the bad things. And so that's one of the things that I'm really working on in the year to come is I'm going to try to stop the rumination.
I really liked reading The Way of Integrity by Martha Beck for that. That significantly helped my anxiety for telephones, which has been a big deal for me for years now. And highly recommend for helping with all anxieties, just generalized anxieties of things.
Yeah, because I know when I'm going to have an anxiety event. I don't like calling them attacks because they're not really, I don't know. Because the dog can smell it coming.
Mm.
Like, I know that my brain is about to betray me because all of a sudden Sasha turns into the world's dumbest dog and will start doing everything she can to try to get me to laugh. And, like, she takes care of me more than a little dog should. But, you know, like, I get it. Like, my chemistry is off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an important thing for us to realize is the things that we have control over and the things that we don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have control over my chemistry, but I do have control over all of the damn rumination that I do. Because I'm a really bad cow that just chews on all the bad thoughts. Like, all the bad thoughts. Like, it just feels so good to just be negative. Like, it doesn't feel good, but you know what I mean. Like, it's sad. There's that weird, perverse satisfaction in, oh, but I'm feeling worse about this. I'm a good person. Yeah. Nikki says, hi, Sasha. Hey, Sasha, you want to come here and say hi to Nikki? Come here. Come here. Oh, don't you huff at me. Come here. You know what? If you're not going to come to me, we're going to go to you.
Oh, look at the puppy. Look at the baby.
If my knees were doing better, I would jump up real quick and put Brian on camera. But I don't want my laptop to get
Look
destroyed.
at those ears. So cute.
She is so emotive with them. Like, she's just a sweetie. Yeah, I put you on the internet. You want to come for a hug? You want to come up for a hug? Don't look at me like that. I did not betray you.
Yeah, you did.
You did outlive the betrayal.
She has a very cute face. Yeah, you do. And you know what? While I'm having cake tonight, you're going to get treats too.
Ooh.
Because I think that that's only fair.
I'm gonna go help with the tantrum pajamas.
Alrighty.
Later. Happy birthday, Charlie.
Thank you. Yeah, we've got, I think, 4
Bye.
minutes left.
Yep, 4 minutes. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. So actually, I've been talking about it, but I didn't put it into chat. Give me a second. Where are you? Where is le bouton? No, I want the bouton. There it is. If anybody is interested in my weird ramblings,
Always.
magic and mysticism and all of that sort of thing, here is the link to the Substack. It is going to be free. So when it is like, hey, how much would you like to have a monthly account? I left the monetization features on in case anybody wanted to be nice, and do that, because I have learned over the years, if you give ways for people to be nice, people are often nice to you. But everything is going to be free over there. It is an email newsletter, though they also have an app where you can read it on your phone, and a website where you can go and read it. In fact, that website right there. And I think you can just opt out of the emails and just go to the site if you want that. I know when I signed up for the Oscillator Stone.
What am I doing wrong? I can't get. I had to type it in.
Charlie put it in the private chat as well.
I can't. Well, oh, I guess I can do it on my big computer. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, I knew that you all sometimes want the link to because it's not clickable in
StreamYard.
StreamYard. So there's only one post up there right now, which is kind of it's the one that they recommended that you do first, which is the hi, why am I doing this? why is post and whatnot, and I'm gonna have some fun with it. I am going to be one of the nice features they have is you can reblog stuff from other people's Substacks into yours if they have them set up as public. So I will be sharing some other really good posts in there. And I expect people to ask questions, not because like I'm here to instruct you, but some of the things that I am planning on sharing in there that I did not write have language in them that might need to be unpacked. Because the Oscillator Stone, which is one of my favorite sites, Substacks, kind of assumes that you have a college education in a lot of philosophical concepts, and so just says a word and expects you to know what it means. Which, I mean, fair given the audience that they have, but I think if you're going to be writing on the internet, you should try not to use all the big words.
Yes, you should be writing at a 4th grade level if you're writing for the internet.
But
Oh dear.
that's fun. So there's that. The Santa Closet is still going up over on Vela and stuff. Anybody have anything? Anybody have anything that they want to promote before we want to run away?
I'm going to be on the 30-hour write-a-thon this weekend.
Ooh.
So my stream is midnight to 2 a.m. Sunday morning. If anybody will be awake at that time.
I will be asleep.
If I'm awake, I don't know. I doubt I'll be awake. But if I am awake, I will be there.
I feel like my first video back on AuthorTube is going to be explaining how this thing works. Because we're always talking about where to put our newsletters. And the one that I really like is owned by Twitter. And I had everything finally set up and was going to be launching. Like my plan for today was to relaunch the newsletter. And I got it all set up. And then Elon Musk destroyed Twitter. And I've been searching for a place that's not owned by Twitter. Ah, fireballs. All the fireballs. Alrighty, I think that's
All the better.
it's so amazing. It's just I can't. It
Hey,
seems
check
like
out-
to a bad 80s movie.
Check out the AuthorTube and Writing Playlist spreadsheet. The first page is a list of all of the AuthorTubers that me, Devin, and several others could find. If you're not on it, there's a Google form on there. Fill it out.
Also, Kat released a video today about Shadow.
I did. I actually have, and I recorded 3 more today as well while I was recovering from my allergic reaction. So they get progressively weirder. Actually, no, they start out weird and they get slightly better.
That's the best.
But I did next Friday. One comes out on Blood Rain Trilogy, and then the Friday after that is going to be Gallows Matriarch.
A channel that I don't think I'm following. I just got an announcement that they are their live stream just started. I just got a push notification from YouTube. I was like, oh, somebody just went live. I can say like, hey, here,
I've had that happen before.
why don't you go over there? And I don't think I'm subscribed to the Hexed Library.
That's
That's
Jessica
Jess.
Williamson.
Oh, she changed the name of her channel?
Yeah, she changed her.
I completely missed that. Okay. That makes sense then, because I'm like, why is the Hexed Library? Who are you? What? Okay, I missed that the channel name changed. Got it. Alrighty. I'm glad I said something, because now I know. And that's a percentage of a battle.
Nice.
I'm a little jelly.
Empanadas. I want empanadas. I want empanadas so bad. Thank you. Alrighty, I'm gonna hit the buttons. Have fun, y'all. Bye.
Bye.